Hey, Katie, it is Friday just after 5. Thanks for taking some time with me as we wrap up the week and spend a little bit of time just shooting a quick video for all of our agents at KWRP. It has been a week that probably none of us will forget in some time, anytime soon. And obviously, we have some weeks ahead of us. So we just wanted to connect and once again, just thank everyone. Thank everyone for their just commitment to taking care of each other, taking care of their families, taking care of themselves. Thanks for listening to suggestions and trying to isolate. And quite honestly, we've probably just um, gotten into some good habits as next week. Probably expect some more mandates coming down from municipality and maybe city, and who knows if county or state issues that. Um, and aside from trying to manage clients and teams and people, we're clearly managing households as well, working from home. I know you're working from home, and I'm working from home. I get to run some real estate teams and businesses, and also be assigned a part-time, what am I called, homeschooler parent or something. So we've done some chemistry projects, we've done some geography projects amidst all the craziness. I was telling Katie just before we hopped on that I just ran upstairs and found the glue gun melting its way into our carpet. So that's always going to be a fun project. And I know that if I'm dealing with that, every one of our agents are dealing with juggling that as well. So all I can say there is hang in there, and I'm with you. Um, today's Friday, which was going to be our first day of Disney World, and I joked about not really wanting to go. On the flip side, I think I'd almost wish I was there right now. This was going to be the week that I made zero decisions. I just followed around my wife and my two little girls, and we did the Disney thing. And I said, you guys run it. I don't want to make one decision. Well, that changed, right? That changed, and I find myself feeling like I'm making decisions every 15 or 20 minutes. Some good, some poor, but got to spend some time with the entire leadership team across our brokerage network actually this morning as well, and know that we're meeting quite regularly. So thank you, Katie, for being involved there. Why don't you talk to the group about what our upcoming week looks like, and maybe even about some of the decisions we made on behalf of all the agents this morning even.
Yeah, totally. It's so fun because yes, we are in a different environment. I'm not playing teacher, but I am playing dog mom, which is so fun when you're on calls and here comes Bear and Kona. And it's been so fun to watch our community come together. What our agents in the office, thank you to everybody who's been jumping on the stand-ups and pivoting with us with the new schedule that we're putting together on a daily basis. Your leadership team is amazing, getting on 8:30 calls and saying, what needs to happen today? What do we need to do to serve our agents at a high level? And same with the network. We jumped on a call today and talked about how do we serve our agents at a really high level. And I'll get to that in a second, but one of the things I heard this morning from Brandon Green on KW Connect that I loved was we've probably advanced 5 years in the last 5 days in the way that we do business, in the way that we have adopted technology. And I thought, wow, how incredible that our hand has been forced a little bit, yet we've probably advanced 5 years in 5 days. Due to our circumstances. So one of the things that we discussed today is what Gary has been talking to us about, and what KW has been helping us with is cutting expenses. And we realized that as agents, you're being asked to do the same thing, and KW across the board, MAPS Coaching, you might have seen the emails, has offered discounts. All of the divisions of Keller Williams Land, Luxury, Commercial, KWYP are helping in that as well. And we wanted to as well. And helping it make sure that you're taken care of and you can continue to run a business for the upcoming months with the uncertainty that's going on. So we have made the agreement as a leadership team to move forward with removing your office fee from your bill for the next month, and looking forward at what the next couple months look like. We're gonna take it day by day with you and see what that looks like. But it's important to us that you know that we are your partner in this, and we want to help you in running an efficient business.
And I think, Katie, thanks for sharing that. I think, we talked a lot about all the expenses our agents have, and keep in mind, our goal is that every one of our agents is connecting with our agent services coordinator as well, and is trading out technology that they might be spending money on, and really diving in and engaging with Command. Many of our agents have been able to cut right, $50, $150. A couple of our agents cut CRMs that they were spending $500 or $1,000 a month on as well. So if that's not you, as my kids are playing with a shovel outside my window. If that's welcome to the real world. If that's not you and you haven't set up a consultation with one of our agent services coordinators, please do. That'll go in the email again today. Whether that's Lexi, if Lexi's busy, please know we have 4 people on call and all on staff to help our agents through that tech sort of conversion as well. And to be open and have share transparency with the entire office, we looked at a lot of the expenses that our agents have. Some of our agents have space rent as well, and that came up in our discussion. Could we reduce some of that space or those costs? And we looked at what percentage of our agents were having that space costs, and about 25 to 30% of our agents have an office bill for space. They're renting space, and what we wanted to do was attack first an expense that every agent had, that maybe not a 20% of our agents had or 50% of our agents had, but 100% of our agents could be affected and have some reduction in their costs as we look at April. And our guarantee and our promise is we'll continue to do this in May and June and July and August if we have to. I do want to address space for just a second and say that we have engaged with our landlord as well, and we're looking to see if we can either reduce some of our space costs or move that towards the end of the lease, so we have a little bit of reprieve even for a couple months. And our promise and guarantee, just as it always is with that space, is if we can do that, the agents will feel that as well. So as much as anything, we're looking to try to live by example, and every single cut is a real one, and we understand that.
Yeah, and I mean, as an office and as an ALC, we've called emergency meetings this week to look at our expenses as a whole and say, how can we be more profitable for the Market Center and make better decisions? We keep talking as a leadership team about the blessing in disguise here, right? Like, there's some things that we've been doing for so long or just been holding on to because it's easier to not change. And yet there's a real opportunity to play this game with everybody else and show up more profitable. And it like I said, it's so amazing to see the leadership team show up, the ALC show up, and agents, like the amount of people that have reached out and said, how can I help? How can I help you? How can I help the office? I'm loving being a part of this culture. It's fun. So thank you to everybody who's done that.
One thing to keep in mind as well, those cuts and expenses are good regardless of change in production. And of note, we're watching that real closely, and it's really interesting this week, just from Monday to Friday in the Portland metro area. We've seen 574 homes go pending, and an additional 30 homes go in bumpable status. So over 600 pendings, which is more than the week before, interestingly enough. So 600 homes went pending. And then you look at our back on markets, and we had about 250 homes come back on market, which has been our citywide average weekly. About 250 homes come back on market every week as we look across, even since the beginning of the year. So our market up to this point has stayed relatively the same. I don't expect that to happen, but I think it's just good to keep perspective as well. and just keep focused on what we can do for our clients and our current clients, our future clients, our pipeline. Keep focused on that. While at the same time, guys, I'll reiterate our message of how serious the situation is in our city and our counties as well. So please listen to the direction and try to stay in as much as you can and protect yourself. We don't need to go through the rules again because we constantly do, but love some of the ideas of how people are working in their business amongst just the change in how we conduct business. Even amongst our Facebook Live group and even email. What does next week look like, Katie?
Yeah, great. Thank you. So continuing to shift a little bit, you'll get some messaging around a few things that are coming out. There's a shift in Bold that will be getting out to you, Bold Pivot. We are also changing the way that our team meeting shows up. Since we're doing the 9 a.m. stand-ups every morning and getting those quick updates, we wanted to remove that from a team meeting and also just give you a little bit more of a state of the industry, state of our company. So Chris is going to be doing that on Wednesdays, Chris plus guests, on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. So that's gonna take the place of what we would typically have as our team meetings on Mondays. We'll continue to update you on the live stream schedule, and KWRI is coming out with a Shift Book Club that will get you details on. That's actually gonna start Thursday at, I want to say 10 a.m., but we will get you more details on that. Continue to plug into our daily emails. We're going to keep you updated as much as possible on rollouts with anything that the MLS comes out with the association, with changes in the office, with changes in our status. But one of the things that we've been talking about on our stand-ups is the activities that you did in November, December, January are showing up in those numbers that you were saying, Chris. There's still people that need to buy homes. There's still people that need to sell homes. And the activities that we do now are going to gain the mind share of the agents and the clients that we're going to do and have activities with in the next 30 to 60, 90 days. And so we want to continue to provide content and value for you during this time by giving you those classes and those stand-ups and those states of the industry next week and for the weeks to come.
Awesome. So we'll have a schedule probably below. And just as a reminder, thank you, Katie, for jumping in and doing stand-ups for any of our agents to jump on at 9 a.m. Those run about how long?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. So 30 minutes on a topic of the day, a message for our clients, what we need to focus on that day. Every Wednesday for the foreseeable future, I will be blocking off 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and we'll do sort of an hour-long content-rich, what's going on in the industry, what's going on locally, what should we be aware of, and what can we do to continue moving our business forward, as well as any updates on changes brokerage-wide or even citywide. And then Book Club Shift starts on Thursday, which is awesome. Look for details there. And I hear there may be a happy hour or two thrown in virtually as well. So if there is, I'll be the first person to raise my hand and say I'm there. Thank you, Katie, for your leadership. And also thanks to the entire staff getting checks out on time, making sure that our brokers are taken care of and our clients and customers are taken care of. We have tremendous people. And I just thank you for getting up every day excited and with incredible energy to serve. Cool?
Yeah, and thank you guys for participating and continuing to pivot with us. We're going to continue to show up and be a resource for you. So thank you for being a part of our office and continue to give us feedback. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.